Welcome to my channel. This is CCNA Essentials. This channel aims to provide a comprehensive course on the most essential knowledge required for the CCNA certification. Today, I will be discussing the simplest LAN, local area network, diagram, which includes end devices and basic knowledge of private IP, public IP, and NAT network address translation. The simplest local area network, LAN, diagram is found in our houses, offices, or small companies. It includes end devices such as computers, printers, and laptop, etc. These end devices connect to a switch, which in turn connects to the ISP modem, Internet Service Provider. The modem has WAN ports to establish a connection with the ISP. Each device in the LAN network, such as printers, computers, and laptop, has an IP address to communicate with each other within the internal network. This IP address helps the devices receive and transmit data to one another within the LAN. When devices want to transmit data between each other, they communicate through a switch. A switch is a networking device that allows devices within a local network, LAN, to connect and communicate with each other. Devices connected to the same switch can exchange data directly without involving external networks. The modem is connected to the wide area network, WAN, such as the Internet provided by Bell or Rogers. It is called the default gateway because it serves as the default gateway that devices in the LAN network use to access the WAN. When devices in the LAN network want to connect to the Internet or communicate with devices in external networks, they send data to the IP address of the default gateway. The default gateway processes these requests and routes the data to the appropriate destinations on the WAN. When it comes to public IP, when you subscribe to an internet service from the Internet Service Provider, they are going to assign an IP address to your home router. This is called public IP. Each public IP address is unique and allocated by the network operator or Internet Service Provider. A public IP address is assigned to a device or network to enable communication over the Internet. It serves as a unique identifier for that device or network on the Internet. Public IP addresses are globally routable, meaning they can be reached from anywhere on the Internet. They are allocated by regional Internet registries, RIRs, to ISPs, who in turn assign them to their customers. These public IP addresses are managed and regulated to ensure there is no overlap or duplication. To find out your public IP address, you can visit the website whatismyipaddress.com. Let's move on to IP private. Every device within a local area network, LAN, has to have an IP address to communicate each other. A private IP is a type of IP address used within an internal network, which is not publicly specified and is not unique on the public Internet. Private IP addresses are utilized within home, business, or internal organizational networks to distinguish devices and facilitate network communication within the local area. On the public Internet, devices cannot directly access private IP addresses because they are not routable through the Internet. This means that computers from outside the network cannot directly ping private IP addresses within your internal network. Private IP addresses are only valid and functional within your local network. We can check private IP through command prompt. Regarding network address translation, on the public Internet, devices cannot directly access private IP addresses because they are not routable through the Internet. However, if your device has a private IP address and you want it to access the Internet, your private IP address needs to be translated into a public IP address through a process called network address translation, NAT. This is because private IP addresses are designed for internal network use only and cannot be used to communicate directly on the Internet. NAT allows the private IP address to be converted into a public IP address when sending traffic over the Internet, enabling communication between your device and Internet resources. Let's figure out differences between public and private IP address. Public IP are unique and globally routable. A public IP address is unique across the entire Internet and can be accessed from anywhere in the world. While private IP are non-unique and used within private networks, private IP addresses are not globally unique and can be reused within different private networks without conflict. Public IP are provided by the Internet Service Provider, ISP. Internet Service Providers assign public IP addresses to devices to enable communication with the Internet. While private IP are assigned within local networks, private IP addresses are assigned by network administrators within local networks, such as home or office networks. Public IP identifies a device on the Internet. A public IP address is used to identify a specific device or network on the Internet. While private IP identifies a device within a local network, a private IP address is used to identify a device within a specific local network. Public IP are directly accessible from the Internet. Devices with public IP addresses can be accessed directly from the Internet, allowing services and resources to be available publicly. While private IP are not directly accessible from the Internet, devices with private IP addresses cannot be accessed directly from the Internet. Instead, Network Address Translation (NAT) is used to translate private IP addresses into public IP addresses when communicating with the Internet. That's all about the basic knowledge of the simplest LAN diagram and any public and private IP address. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. Thank you.